Welcome back, Knife Sports Adventures here. I am talking about a very special knife here. I just wanted to point out this and give a special shout out to NC Blade. They sent this to me here at the channel. This box is from NC Blade. It contains a Heretic Cleric II, but this is one of the coolest unboxing experiences that I have had, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So I got this knife from NC Blade. As I opened it up, super cool picture thanking me for buying their knife. There is candy right in the box, some Skittles for me. They sent me this really cool thank you note, handwritten note. They sent me really cool stickers. Love that sticker. That's definitely going on my cabinet. They sent me a scratch off discount thingy. And they're somewhere in here. Yes, they also sent me a free lip moisturizer. So super cool shop, NC Blade. They actually had the best price on this blade that I could find. So shout out to them. Please patronize them. I mean, that's just a cool experience, right? So let's talk about the knife. This is the Heretic Cleric II. This is a highly anticipated, highly sought after knife. I am pulling it out here so you can see what's in the box. They give you some really cool oil. This is the version that I got, and look at that. I mean, that's just so cool, right? Dagger, really cool action. This is I did reach out to Heretic. This is a anodized aluminum handle with stainless steel inserts. This is stainless steel, not aluminum. You've got your captured ball bearing pocket clip there. And I mean, Heretic just does some of the best action OTFs that are out there right now. I absolutely love my Manticore X. This is also another blade in CPM Magnacut. You can see right there. You've got some machining still visible on this blade. You got your quad hollow grind with a fuller on this. This is a really large blade. Comparing it to the Manticore X, which is already a larger than normal OTF knife. There's where we are. Here's a Tucson TS16. That's also a really big knife. This thing is enormous. It is much, much larger than your typical OTF, which typically is an issue because the larger you make an OTF, the larger that blade is, the longer it has to travel, and the stiffer you have to make the spring just to launch it out there because you got more metal that you're moving. This somehow manages to be one of the easiest OTFs to open that I have ever had. Part of that is the placement of the trigger, right? It is on the flat here, which I believe is a better placement for most OTFs than where they usually put triggers. This is just, I mean, it locks in your hand. It's super easy to flick in and out. I mean, well done. The pocket clip is a bit weird on this, and I don't really understand why it's done this way. On a knife like this, where the trigger is on the side, I can understand that if I'm right-handed, I might want the clip on this side and the trigger here. If I'm left-handed, I might want the clip on this side so that when I pull it out of my pocket, right, my pocket's going to be here. I'm going to pull it out. I want my thumb to go here. I can't do that on this one, even though this has the trigger on the side. On this one, I can switch that pocket clip, but I'm not sure why I would want to. If I'm right-handed, right, my pocket is going to sit here. I'm going to reach into my pocket with my thumb. I'm going to grab the knife and pull it out. My thumb's going to be on the trigger. If I'm left-handed, it's going to be in my left pocket. My pocket's going to be here under the clip. I'm going to reach my left hand into the pocket, pull it out. My left thumb is going to be right here. So I really don't know why you would want to put the clip on the other side on a knife with the trigger on the flat, unless you were wearing it inside a coat or inside a vest. So if this is sitting in my inside pocket, the fabric of my pocket is here. This is the outside of my vest. Then if I reach my hand into the pocket and pull it out, then my thumb's going to be here. So the only reason why you would want the pocket clip on this side, I would think, is if you were wearing it inside of a vest or a jacket, which is illegal in most places, but you at least have the option. So I guess that's good. It's kind of weird. This is a plastic insert. I wish that were, you know, steel or aluminum or titanium or something, because this is an absolutely just showstopper of a knife. I mean, it is beautiful, it is comfortable, and then you got a little piece of plastic sticking off there. Kind of weird. I mean, it's not a deal breaker because this is just fantastic. Heretic does a incredible job of heat treating the blade on this. You know, 400 cuts in my cut test, and it is still going strong. Absolutely no issues with the blade. Very little blade play, even for, you know, a long bladed OTF. So they've done a really good job of setting this up, machining it. The handle is a bit smooth. You know, it's large enough, and there's plenty of handle. I mean, I have an extra large glove size, right? That's sticking out of my hand 1.5 inches. So very large handle, plenty of purchase. It's not going to slip out of your hand. It is a bit slick. So you're not going to have to worry about it tearing up your pants or anything like that. I am less of a fan of these pocket clips than I used to be. The bad news about these is that they're a little, you know, they don't hold real securely, and they're a little bit of a pain to get into your pocket because that steep angle there. The good news is there are a lot of zero tolerance pocket clips that can be adapted to fit. This one on here, I had to chip off a little piece of that carbon fiber. I mean, literally just snapped right off because there was a little ledge on it here. On this knife, it's made out of aluminum. So you can see that little chunk right there gets in your way of most pocket clips. There are a few that will fit. This is a pocket clip from a zero tolerance model. I'll put the actual model on the screen here so that you can tell which one it is, because I forget the number. But there are several of these available that will just bolt on if you chip that little piece off. If you don't do that, if you want to keep the aluminum on this, you're going to have to drill it out a bit on the titanium, which isn't a huge deal. So there are other pocket clips that will fit. There's also one that I'll put a link for down in the description that's made for this that should be a little bit better, but it's very expensive. $25 ones will fit if you're willing to do a bit of drilling. So as you can tell, I'm very impressed with this knife. There's really not a lot bad to say about it except for that little plastic piece. Everything else about this knife is pretty excellent. The only weirdness about this is that you're going to have to deal with the quad hollow dagger style. It's not the best EDC or utility shape, but it is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, this is a perfect gentleman's carry. It's light enough to do it. Even though this is an OTF knife with 4-inch blade, we're only looking at 4.9 ounces. That's actually heavier than I thought it would be. Let me weigh that again. That's saying 4.8 ounces. I'm actually surprised by that. Yeah, it's reading right. So that is actually heavier than I thought this was. It feels lighter than that. It carries in the pocket pretty well. Like I said, it's not going to tear up your pocket because it has that smooth pocket clip. Let's do a couple more size comparisons just to get a good idea of where we're at with this. There's a bug out. All right, it is dwarfed by this knife. There's a Griptilian. Way larger, right? So that's what I think of this knife. It is just, I mean, if you like that shape and you love the way it looks, just go for it. I mean, it's kind of a toy, but it's a very practical knife as far as just durability and stuff. Blade shape, not the most practical, but I mean, just look at it. It's beautiful. It does have a glass breaker, which does work. So very high quality knife again from Heretic. Really like it. You should have one. I will do a disassembly video of this coming up very soon as well.